I think he can win.
Okay.
I don't know if he's going to win, but I think he can win.
So
but
I
he's
asked,
going to have to. He's going to have to box a brilliant fight.
Mayweather's definitely better. He was better when they fought because he was more technically sound and knew how to do things. Whereas
and Floyd Mayweather understands that. Guess what? Styles make fights. He understands styles make fights. And he understands the greatness of Terence Crawford.
Joe Rogan recently weighed in on a fantasy matchup between Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford. He praised Mayweather as one of the greatest boxers in history, reminding fans of how dominant Floyd was in his prime. Rogan admitted it would be a tough matchup, but stressed that Mayweather had defensive mastery and ring IQ that made him nearly impossible to beat even against someone as gifted as Crawford.
Floyd was in his prime.
Yeah.
That would have been fucking incredible to
Yeah.
see which style's superior.
Yeah.
Because Floyd would move towards you like this. He would just get right up on you. But just show you how good Floyd really is.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that he's won decisions by, playing it safe, people that just don't get excited about him and they recognize him with the all-time greats.
Analysts acknowledged Mayweather's legendary Hall of Fame career, noting that his accomplishments remain unmatched. At the same time, they praised Crawford as today's pound-for-pound king. Both fighters dismantled Canelo Alvarez in different eras, which makes comparing them difficult, each dominated in their own unique way, making it nearly impossible to choose a clear winner.
In my opinion, 10 rounds to 2. If you want to be generous, 9 rounds to 3. But he clearly won the fight against Canelo Alvarez. Clearly. And Floyd Mayweather understands that, guess what? Styles make fights. He understands. Styles make fights. And he understands the greatness of Terence Crawford. And he stated on numerous occasions that, guess what? Terence Crawford is pound for pound the best fighter in the world. And he believed it. He put his money where his mouth is, and it held to be true. Period. So, again, and I hate to do this, and I hate to keep saying this, right? But people try their best to try to pit Terence Crawford against Floyd Mayweather, right? Who's better? Who beat Canelo Alvarez better? Who did it better? So on and so forth, right? The facts remains is this. They both outclassed him. They both won in dominant fashion. And styles make fights, right? And the style that Terence Crawford presents, the style Floyd Mayweather presents, now they do it different, is too much for Canelo Alvarez. Period. Point blank and period.
Promoter Bob Arum gave a bold take, stating that Crawford would beat Mayweather even if the fight happened during Floyd's prime. Arum argued that Crawford's rare mix of adaptability, speed, and intelligence gives him the edge. He believes Crawford's ability to adjust to any opponent, no matter how skilled, would allow him to overcome even a defensive genius like Mayweather. Trainer Greg Hackett offered another perspective by referencing Canelo Alvarez himself. According to Hackett, when Floyd beat Canelo, the Mexican star was still young and learning. By the time Crawford fought him, Canelo was a fully matured, experienced champion. That is why Canelo himself admitted Crawford's victory was more significant.
What's your thoughts on his statement, and do you agree with the sentiment?
Him saying that, I can't say he capping. I can't, because I don't know what he felt. But when I heard that, what I think is, when Floyd beat me, I was 23, I wasn't polished. When Bud beat me, I was the man. I was the man. And he beat me fair and square. He beat me at my game, and he beat me at his game. That's why Canelo said that. Do I believe that? It's tough to believe. We're not going to ever see Bud versus Floyd. And it's crazy. It's crazy because I would love to see that fight, but I know we're not going to see it. But I can only take Canelo's word because he's the man that's been in the ring with both of them. But I understand why he said it. I was a kid when I fought Floyd. He wasn't a kid literally, but he was young. He was young. There was a lot he didn't know. There was a lot he didn't understand about boxing that he later on learned and got better. But Bud beat the better version of me, even though it's the ran down version. I'm saying that because it is some wear and tear there with Canelo. I've been saying it the whole time. When a guy got almost 70 fights in current time, with all those big camps he's been doing and all that, trust me, it's some wear and tear there. I'm not making excuses for Canelo. I'm just saying. I do give Bud his credit, though, for beating Canelo. And Canelo understands I am a better fighter today than I was back then. But that's hard to say because Floyd, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Bud took maybe 20% of what Floyd did and added that to his repertoire for this fight.
Commentators Simon Jordan, Adam Smith, and Duke McKenzie revisited the build-up to Mayweather's fight with Canelo. At the time, many believed Floyd was biting off more than he could chew at age 36 against a bigger undefeated Canelo, analysts predicted. It could be Floyd's first loss. Instead, Mayweather produced a defensive masterclass, silencing doubters and proving once again why he was on another level.
Terence Crawford, they were all the question marks. Could he do that? Could he cope with the power of Canelo Alvarez, who's adapted now and had to adjust in his career? He now throws single shots. And that's why it was the calculated gamble. Well, it wasn't really a gamble because me and Simon called it from the beginning.
Right.
That we go, Mayweather ticks every department. You go, the only thing that people are hedging their bets on is that Canelo's the bigger guy, but he wasn't really anyway.
Nah.
You can see because Crawford come down from 185 anyway. You can see the physicality's in there. He was all the size of Canelo.
As Edward said long before this fight, I just think styles make fights. And Canelo's style, this style of Canelo, was suited for Crawford.
Indeed.
He can't throw combinations anymore. There's no more head movement from Canelo.
Yeah.
He tries to walk people down and hit you all over the body and all over the head if he can, but he can't put his combination. He can't sustain the combinations. And what really impressed me about Crawford was the fact that it was a question of like he didn't want to trade off early with Canelo. He traded late with Canelo because he couldn't take his power early. So in the early rounds, he was just pity patting and just tapping him, kept spinning him, kept turning him, and driving him mad. And then in the later rounds, as Canelo started to fade, from round 7, round 8, as the pace got a little bit slower, then Crawford's confidence, he was confident enough within himself to stand and trade with him. Yeah. And even when he got on inside, he was hitting him with like 3s and 4s, hard shots, constant shots, and just kept spinning him, kept turning him. And Canelo didn't really know where he was. And another great thing about Crawford, he stayed southpaw throughout the whole fight. Yeah. And Canelo admitted after that he couldn't handle a southpaw.
Couldn't work it out.
Couldn't work it out whatsoever.
Adam, we had Paulie Malignaggi on the show the other day with myself and Jim, and I want you to have a listen to what he had to say and see what you think of it.
I think Canelo has been, for a while, a diminishing fight.
Former champion Shane Mosley, who fought both Mayweather and Canelo, shared a rare first-hand view. Mosley explained that Floyd's timing ability to read opponents and ring control were unmatched. Even when facing stronger fighters, Floyd always found a way to neutralize them with precision. Having faced both men, Mosley firmly concluded that Mayweather was simply the more complete and dominant fighter.
He's everything, man. He's the man.
Absolutely. You fought both Canelo and Mayweather. I was surprised to hear Canelo say that straight after the fight. I mean, credit to him, he's been really humble in defeat. You fought them both. Who did you think was better, Canelo or Mayweather? I know that's Canelo was saying it was Crawford better than Mayweather, but who did you think was better out of Canelo and Mayweather?
Mayweather's definitely better. He was better when they fought him because he was more technically sound and knew how to do things. Whereas Canelo had more power and placed the shots probably better. No, he didn't place the shots better. He was just younger and places the shots really good. Like Canelo was really good at 21 years old. Like I was impressed. I was very impressed with Canelo at 21. But Mayweather was still technically more sound. Go ahead.
Did you believe or do you agree with the fact that Canelo is saying Crawford is better than Mayweather from an outsider's perspective, having not fought Crawford? Who do you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can knock him as well.
Another take focused on the generational shift. While Mayweather remains one of the all-time greats, some argue that Crawford would win if the two fought today. The reasoning is simple. Every great fighter has his time. Floyd owned his era, but in today's boxing world, Crawford is the dominant force carrying the mantle.
He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
Absolutely, and I noticed when I asked you, there was a slight pause. It's a real conversation now to be had. Crawford, pardon me, up there with the likes of Mayweather. He's really etched himself into the Mount Rushmore GOAT conversations.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's definitely one of the GOATs.
Joe Rogan also praised Mayweather's discipline outside the ring. Despite fame, fortune, and distractions, Floyd stayed focused and consistent throughout his career. Rogan emphasized that this discipline set Floyd apart from most athletes. If Crawford had fought Mayweather in his prime, Rogan admitted it would have been the ultimate test of Crawford's greatness.
The idea of pulling up at a yacht is it's the opposite of what everybody tells you about fighting. The only person who's been able to do like that is Floyd Mayweather. He's the only guy who's been able to just be balling out of control, constantly flashing money, $1 million watches, a fleet of super expensive cars, and still fucks everybody up.
He does.
The thing about Floyd is he never lost his discipline.
But through that balling night, I don't think he was doing drugs or drinking.
Floyd would famously run home from the nightclub. So he would go out in Vegas, he'd be partying. It looked like he's partying, he's drinking water. And then he would have his driver drive, and with his fucking jeans on, he would jog home. I mean, the dude was always training.
Trainer Abel Sanchez highlighted Crawford's rise to superstardom. He pointed out that Crawford's status is not just about winning. It is about the caliber of opponents he's beaten, and the dominant fashion in which he's done so. In Sanchez's eyes, Crawford has rightfully earned global recognition as one of the best in modern boxing.
I had Terence fight a virtuoso fight. Terence never let Canelo get into a rhythm. Terence never allowed Canelo to get anything going, and I didn't think he could do it for 12 rounds. I thought that the first 3 or 4 rounds were going to be difficult for Canelo for that reason, but Terence was able to do it for 12 rounds, and in the later part of the fight, he kind of pushed the fight more than I think people expected, which is the mark of a superstar, man.
Crawford's longtime trainer, Brian Bomac McIntyre, declared that after Crawford's latest victory, there is no longer a debate. Crawford is the greatest fighter of this era. He cited Crawford's technical brilliance, dominance across weight classes, and ability to conquer every challenge as proof that he is the face of this generation.
How are you feeling to be Chris Eubank's trainer, first of all?
It feels good, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been this trainer before, so.
Yeah, it's good.
It's a no-brainer.
Of course. Congratulations on the win. What's your first reactions to Crawford's victory? One of the greats of this era, right?
Oh, definitely that. You know that.
What do you want to see him do now?
What I want to do now?
What do you want to see Crawford do next?
Do what he at this point now in his career where he could do whatever he wanted to do.
Who would you like to see him fight? Any names? Is there any names in particular you'd like to see?
It doesn't matter.
What about Canelo? Would you like to see him retire?
I don't. Canelo's not my responsibility.
Okay.
Analyst Rob Aosta admitted he will never doubt Crawford again. Each time people expect him to struggle, Crawford delivers a flawless performance instead. Aosta said Crawford has earned unwavering respect across the boxing community as a consistent, unstoppable force.
I stood on it, and I'm not going to change what I said in the past or anything. I didn't think he could pull it off. He did. And not only did he pull it off, he did it. He's phenomenal. Like he did it. He did everything right. Like it's like he fought a perfect fight. He banged with him when he needed to. He boxed him when he needed to. He established the jab. He kept the southpaw. He kept him frustrated. I got nothing, bro. I tell you what, I would never go against that man again. I ain't doing that shit. That shit was crazy. But I do want to give a credit to those that deserve it. Like Terence deserved full credit for his abilities, for his IQ. Bo Mack for his coaching, and Bo Mack told him to stay southpaw. He wanted to come out orthodox. Bo Mack told him to stay southpaw because of what Canelo was weak at.
Crawford himself has also weighed in on the fantasy matchup. With full confidence, he stated that even if he faced Mayweather in his prime, he would win. His boldness reflects the self-belief and competitive fire that have defined his career.
Yeah, so if he was pound for pound, Floyd was pound for pound. You or Floyd, who would have done that? Who would have won that?
Me.
Oh, shit, okay. I'm just asking. Because Floyd was pound for pound before.
That would have been a hard fucking fight, though.
Man, me versus anybody. I'm gonna always say me.
Okay.
Come on now.
Finally, Andre Ward Crawford's close friend and former champion offered a different kind of wisdom. Ward suggested that Crawford may already have nothing left to prove. Having conquered multiple divisions and beaten elite opponents, his legacy is. Secure Ward warned against staying too long in the sport, as many fighters tarnish their greatness chasing one last payday. For Ward, the perfect ending would be for Crawford to step away while still on top, leaving behind a legacy untarnished and unmatched.
They're undefeated in spirit and unmatched in respect.
Personally, I wouldn't be mad if I never see Terence fight again. The way he performed, getting ready to be 38, I think, in a few days. Man, what better way to go out? What better way to tell the game goodbye? What better way? Who you gonna fight? I was arguing with Max on the way to the venue about Boots Ennis. Nah, we don't go fight Canelo and then go back and fight Boots Ennis. I saw a report today. Somebody was talking about him going up to light heavyweight. Nah, we don't go up to light heavyweight. We just went up 3 weight classes since the Spence fight and 2 weight classes since the Madrimov fight, my last fight. This is the perfect send-off, Roy.
Yep.
In my opinion.
Without
it's
a question.
The perfect send-off.
That's for today. Video subscribe for more.